last 24 hours, Jeb Bush jumping out front in the Republican race for 2016, putting pressure on potential rivals like New Jersey Governor Chris Christie as he considers his own campaign. Spokesperson for Mitt Romney noting the top donors and the top staff want to be the first on the team. Tony Sayegh is a Fox News contributor. Bernard Whitman, former Bill Clinton pollster and CEO of Whitman Insight Strategies. Tony, does it behoove Jeb Bush to get out in front when it comes to trying to raise the right dollars?
Yeah, no doubt that Jeb Bush entering this field, Gretchen, this early, because it's been rumored for a while, but we didn't realize that he was going to maybe make this type of affirmative announcement so soon, will attract a magnet of donors and top-level staff members to him because he's going to be perceived automatically as one of the top contenders. That being said, I think it hurts a Marco Rubio much more, who shares a home base in Florida with Jeb Bush. It hurts a Rick Perry much more, who shares kind of Texas, where the Bush family, because Texas has basically the apparatus of the Bush family financial donors. Chris Christie, ironically, is one of the few major contenders who probably donor-wise at least won't be hurt because as a governor, he is subject to federal pay-to-play laws. Most Wall Street and finance firms can't invest into his race because they participate with a pension system in New Jersey. So therefore, Christie already has a fundraising base that does not rely on that.
That's interesting,
donor
Bernard,
class.
Because you would think that maybe Christie and Jeb Bush would pull from the same donor base as they might from the same voter base. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think actually, who cares? Because in my opinion, I think Chris Christie is going to be the Rudy Giuliani of 2016. A lot of media hype, a lot of sensationalism, a lot of sizzle, but when it comes down to it, no substance. Why?
How do you know
I think he's going to flame out. I think he's going to flame out early because his arrogant, bellicose, belligerent style in moderate politics play fairly well in New Jersey. Not so much anymore. He's actually under 50% on approval. But when it comes to the Iowa caucuses, the primary voters in New Hampshire, not going to be that attractive. And I think that he is going to be drowned out between Jeb Bush on the sort of centrist element of the Republican Party and the Tea Party on the far right. Chris Christie is going to go nowhere fast.
Okay, I don't know if it has anything to do with his personality, maybe more about his policies in the primaries. Want to move on to this. Alison Lundergan Grimes, the Kentucky Democrat. Remember, she just suffered a crushing defeat in her run for the Senate in that state, now threatening court action to block Rand Paul from running at the same time for both president and for re-election to the Senate. Grimes telling a local station the law is clear. You can't be on the ballot twice for two offices, and at the end of the day, we're not going to be bullied. Now, this is actually true in the state of Kentucky, right? I mean, she's right. But do you think that she's going to actually have a case?
It is eminently political and eminently appropriate. She is the Secretary of State in charge of elections. It is a political post. She is absolutely going to enforce the law, and I respect her and applaud her for doing so. Now, here's the thing. She's up for re-election in 2015, so she may be able to play this out next year, but the implication for Rand Paul may be completely for naught because she may not choose to run for re-election. She may run for re-election and lose. But if she does, I hope that she squeezes him and squeezes him hard.
Well, he can't be on the ballot. He has to make a decision, doesn't he?
This law has changed since 1960 many times. The precedent was started by LBJ, who made sure the Texas law changed so he could be on the national ballot with John Kennedy. It's changed for Lloyd Bentsen to be on the ballot with Mike Dukakis, Joe Lieberman to be on the ballot with Al Gore, and most recently Joe Biden being on the ballot with Barack Obama. There's no prohibition, by the way, for Rand Paul to run for president. The prohibition occurs when he's on both ballot lines. And if that happens, it means he got the nomination. So that's a good problem to have.
Interesting. All right, gentlemen. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays if I don't see you.
Merry Christmas. Thanks.